Good morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are in this beautiful world. And welcome back to the CKM Rugby League channel or the Red Star Belgrade Facebook page. It is game day in the Balkan Super League as Red Star Belgrade take on Locomotiv Sofia. It's a big one, and with their being a big game, we've got to bring the big wigs in. Alongside myself, it is Colin Kleyweg this week from all the way over in Perth. Colin, mate, what a rip snorter of a day we've got.
Mate, it's really exciting. This is the first time that you and I have done a show actually together on our own, mate. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's an amazing event today after the event that was held yesterday. The passion and the atmosphere, Luke, yesterday for the Partizan and South Region match. What did you make of, the 200-odd Partizan fans who made it, plus the fans of the Montenegrin team, the flares, etc., the sort of the look of chaos, but, real European, Eastern European type fandom that you see in football and basketball. What do you think of it?
Mate, it was superb. It was amazing. Yeah. I can't wait to watch the game back in full, hopefully, in the near future. It was superb to see. The flares are out. You got the Partizan fan squad there cheering. Yeah, you've got the boys from Montenegro who are stepping up in a really big way really quickly. And yeah, Maddie and I had spoken about this on the preview show on Thursday. I don't think we expected South Region to be that game. But yeah, as you mentioned off air, they had a couple of boys from Greece come over to help them out. It was superb to see Greece helping out the boys in Montenegro for the Balkan Super League. And mate, I mean, it was 8-8 at half time, and we were talking during the game, like, could it happen? Could it? Surely not. Yeah, in the end, Partizan obviously ran away with it for 20-8 winners. But mate, how good. Like, what an advertisement that is for the Balkan Super League and for rugby league, not only in Serbia, but in Montenegro and in the developing countries of rugby league in Europe.
Well, it's a really good point you make, and people have to understand. I know, there's been some comments in the past of, these teams are loaning across players. That's really, really unprofessional. It shouldn't happen like that. As you know, we cover so much of the NRL and we spend so much time talking about it together during the week. You saw Tavita Pangai Jr., for example, leave Brisbane. What was it, around round 18 for memory, mate, give or take a little bit. And he goes to Penrith for 6 weeks and plays. He didn't play in the grand final, but he played in a final series and he was part of that Penrith team that won the grand final, unfortunately for me. But, you get an opportunity like what we've got where, 2 Greek domestic internationals come and play and help out at South Region. Now, there's a number of things that are going on here. Firstly, if Partizan were to play a full side against South Region, it would probably, and South Region were just the domestic players, let's be honest and open here, the score would probably have been at least 80 points. So both Partizan and Red Star have been talking about the way we interact with the other clubs around us. There's no point in us going and, putting on massive scores against these sides for the continuity of the competition. So we're more than happy when they say, do you mind if we loan some players to bolster our squad a little bit? We're happy for that because it's important that we're tested week in, week out. And we've been talking about this, about how, the Red Star versus Partizan matches are excellent because there's the animosity. Let's be honest, there's an absolute hatred between the two clubs, and the two clubs are extremely competitive at the moment. But the other side of it as well, so it's not just us seeking to bolster, our competitions for a selfish internal view. The Greek domestic players have hardly played any rugby league this year because of COVID, because of all of these things, mate. So, it's nothing to do, it's not their fault why they haven't played a lot of rugby league, and they tend to play from after the time that we finish. So this is actually a wonderful opportunity for these players to come along. There was 2 Turkish players earlier this year, as you know, that both came and played with Radnički Novi Belgrade. They assisted to make them very, very competitive to the point where that 3rd, 4th, 5th place when we were having the first part of the season, that all went down to the last game, and it was actually for and against that decided everything, wasn't it? Because there were a few teams that were really vying. And when they left, you could see the difference with Radnički Novi Belgrade, where they were again being beaten by much wider scores by both Partizan and Red Star in particular. So there's 2 aspects to the loan system that we have at the moment where we allow teams to call in. Red Star and Partizan should not utilise that loan system at all for the good of the competition. That loan system at the moment is there for these other clubs to bolster up and give more of a game and to teach their own players more and more skills. And the more you bring those players in from overseas, mate, they will show, good skills, and they'll help teach the locals.
Yeah, very much so. And we all want the game to grow. Outside of Australia and the UK, there's very little. You've got Elite One in France, where Jimmy Maloney will be, and Sia Moa, I believe. Both are there this year, but not many know that Elite One exists outside of that coverage. It's the same for all over the world. And we all want to see rugby league grow, and honestly, people can say whatever they want about the loan system and whatever issues they might have with it. You can see how well that works. You saw yesterday with the South region really taking it to the death with Partizan. It was 2 quick tries after halftime, I believe, that sealed the deal. But this is a South region that was put down 72-8. In the end.
Correct.
Not a month ago. So you can see that stark improvement. And not only is it good for South region, like you mentioned, Colin, it's great for the boys from Greece as well. They get some football under their belt. They've just hit preseason, I believe, for their competition to hopefully get back up and running early 2022. So for them to have some game time under their belt, get them back into some fitness and help out the game in general. I mean, what more can you ask for?
100%. And there's players that could potentially come across from the Ukraine next year as well. There's been general discussions with people like Arthur about that. There's Turkish players that have asked to come along as well. And there might end up being a further expansion of this loan system to particularly help the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place clubs grow, and then to really assist South region and others to be more competitive. It's really important. I mean, the question, the answer from Partizan and Red Star might start changing a little bit if we start losing multiple matches. I mean, that's a great position to be in because we'll keep trying to improve. So if we're in a position where we're losing multiple matches, maybe that's the point where we'll say, well, we'd like to import a couple of players as well. That's something that we haven't done for a little while.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Red Star have imported the coach in Eddie Pettyborn, who has played a game or two when absolutely needed. Yeah. But I mean, Red Star and Partizan also have the great thing of their academies as well. You've got guys coming through the younger ages that, especially with those 2 clubs now that are just starting to progress through your 16s, your 18s, and push up into the open ages with, who am I thinking of? Milovanovic, I think, is one that really stands out, who came through 16s, 18s, played the Serbian under-20s. Milos Čalić, I believe, as well for Partizan, one that came through their system.
Milos Čalić, he's our boy, man.
Who am I? Enes Bibic. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Good man. I love it. I love it. The lad who really deserves some kudos, it's George Krnjeta. He's a fabulous young player, 18 years of age, He's the Serbian Federation's nomination for Golden Boot going into 2022, and it's a fair crack because the lad's 18. He's a really good player. He's mixing it with our seasoned front rowers who are good players like Milos Čalić and Marko Jankovic, who Marko came through the under-19s 2 years ago. Look, we've got a very, very special group of under-16s at the moment that if any of the punters are wondering why Red Star copped such a pasting in the under-19s final, what we chose to do, we're as a club, what we're trying to do is we're trying to play our juniors up a few years to, induce them to the real hardships of the game early. You play rugby league to win trophies. There's no doubt about that. There's not like we tell them to not go out and win it. But to us, it's all about the preparation for the first grade team. It's not necessarily for us about how many trophies that you win at under 19 or under 16 level, because as everybody knows, junior systems are important and we need to build those, but sometimes your junior systems are completely reliant on having a very, very special crop of youngsters coming through. And that crop of youngsters in the under 18s, under 19s at the moment for Partizan is special. That's a special group. Our special group is at 16s level. And so they've already been getting a taste of under 19s rugby league at a very, very young age. They'll get better and better over the next 2 years as they fill into that. The key thing in Serbia is we've respected whenever Partizan have asked us for a match in under 19s, we've played it. We've fulfilled a side, even if we filled it with extra players from our 16s to give them a run. We have not had any real competitive rugby league now for a long time. It's over 6 months since our 16s have played. The other clubs in Serbia need to, pay us the service as well of playing our team. Okay, they're a good team. Last year they dominated when they were, when there was players in there were 15 years of age. They dominated the under 16s last year, and young Petar Manic scored that try that got onto the International Rugby League voting. So, the key thing is you can't have the attitude in junior rugby league that we're only here to win it, and if we're not going to win it, we're not going to play it, or we're not bothered if we realise that our team's going to come second, third, or fourth. You sort of drop the team off the list. You've got to take a national viewpoint to it. That's what we took playing Partizan's special group of under-19s in the last couple of years, and we're really hopeful that people will allow us to develop our current under-16 group too, mate.
Yeah, well said, mate. And I think that leads perfectly into that, because those that under-16 group in the next couple of years could be playing in the Balkan Super League.
Yes.
Not more than 10 minutes away. It's Red Star and Locomotiv Sofia from Belgrade. We can speak ad nauseum about how and why Locomotiv Sofia are there. We're not going to. We're going to focus on the here and now, mate. Red Star could set themselves up with potential eternal derby. That's what's on the line here for Red Star. Locomotiv Sofia coming in as the massive underdogs. They want to come out and prove a point. They want to prove why they should be here in a semi-final and being 80 minutes away from a grand final berth against one of the heavyweights of Serbian football. How do you see this playing out?
Look, everybody loves to play us because of the style of rugby league that we play. They know that it's going to be a fair game. They know that it's going to be a real test because we tend to we're not just a straight up the middle team. We do like mixing. What I like in the last year, particularly with Eddie Pettybourne coaching, plus the emergence, it's the first time that we've got a proper four-man prop rotation as well. For a number of years during my involvement, we didn't have that. So we've got a really good four-man prop rotation at the moment. We've got some really good young blokes coming through in the forwards. But what you'll see with Red Star, particularly with Vojvodedic coming back into the number 7, his involvement in our rugby league is actually crucial. And he's the sort of player that I've known has immense ability mate. But you see it even more when he wasn't here at the start of this season. And then the match where he came off the bench about 20 minutes in out at Nish, and we were playing a little bit scratchy and getting a little bit flustered with, dropping kickoffs and things of that nature. He just came on, straightened up our attack, and then when the moment was right, started to play with width. So the thing that other clubs love about playing against us, yes, they'll get tested up the middle, but they'll also get tested out wide, and it's a real, it's a full rugby league experience.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, as we mentioned, Locomotiv, Sofia, the stark underdogs here. But look, we saw yesterday, anything can happen. If Red Star are too complacent, if they play like how they were earlier in the season against Dortchel, when Dortchel gave them a run for their money.
Correct.
Who knows what can happen? And there's only one place you can see this game. It is live on the Recast app. And, I mean, Colin, it's pretty easy to use, isn't it?
It is, mate. It's really exciting. Take us through it. Show the punters how to watch the final today.
With pleasure, mate. So you go to the.recast.app. You sign up. It's super easy to sign up. Free to sign up. Email, password. That's all you need. And it's not just CKM Red Rugby League that you can watch as well. You can see you've got Red Star Rugby League Club. You can follow them. You've got folks from Manchester United. You've got their fan group there. You can follow Hiberians. The European tours on there. You've got a whole bunch of different folks that you can follow. Everything that you watch is free. Let's preface that right now. Everything that you watch is free. Anything you watch helps the content creators on the site. You earn recast credits just by watching ads. Yeah, ads, 20, 30 seconds. You get 10 recast points. Super easy to watch. And yeah, as we mentioned, you can go to your favorite channel. Of course, we're going to be biased and say our favorite channel's the CKM Red Rugby League channel. Very closely followed with the Red Star Belgrade channel. And yeah, you've got all the content there that we have on Facebook. We'll have some brilliant content coming up, some exclusive content coming up as well. But you can go to the CKM Red Rugby League website, and as you can see, we've got scheduled.
There's the game. Do you want to show people how easy it is to click and book your spot on this live match that's coming up?
Well, I was a little naughty, Colin. I'm not going to lie. I've already booked it, but you can tell with the Serbian Super League game that it's
perfect.
Not so soon. All it is, you hit book my place. You've got 100 credits. No worries. If you don't have the credits, you can go watch a couple of ads, get the credits, and you're all good. And as you can tell, once we get our beautiful backsides back down to our live content,
yep,
we're actually live right now. We're in pregame.
Beautiful.
So as you can tell, we are live from Belgrade. You've got Jason Costigan on the call, mate. I reckon we should leave it there. We've got a beautiful game to watch.
We have indeed. Let's sign off, mate. So thank you very much for inviting me on, Luke. And
not a problem, mate. Glad that we could get this first one between you and I out of the way. I'm sure there's plenty more coming. Head over to Recast, the CKM Red Rugby League channel. It is live. The Balkan Super League Semi-Final between Red Star Belgrade and Locomotiv Sofia. The winner plays Partizan in the final. We'll see you later.